To collect such lace, I need to prepare already all the elements of him. Here I prepared for a new lace, another color stones, these elements. Here are these flowers, they are semi-finished already. And here are the little miniature flowers. And we will collect with you now. Here is keep collecting, that's lace. And we will succeed. That's such a luxury. This is such magnificence that I cannot tear off. Only in a different color scheme here in this one. How to knit these kind of flowers, I have a separate video. And also in a separate video, there are these voluminous flowers 3D. And these are miniature flowers. This is all in my separate video shot. And in order to start collecting this lace, I need these semi-finished products. Because lace assembly is in progress, decorating it with a different color. Crochet, I will crochet 1mm in strings iris. And now I need to continue collecting this lace. So I already took this finished semi and began to tie this here. Color gently lilac. One petal I tied completely, but the second petal, reaching the corner, I will already connect it further into the fabric itself, lace. So we have here from the base of the petal 11 connecting columns or connecting loops. Further on the tip, we have 2 air loops. So I tie one, then take. Flower, and in the middle, here in the center, I come in with a hook and stretch the loop here. And now I tie the second loop. And coming back, here to the base of my petal. Also 11 steps. Ten. 10 and 11, and turn to the next petal. Here in the center connecting loop, one more. And now I need it again. Next petal tie completely. And in the second already tie. Here's this flower. And see how I get this flower will be in the center. Means me tying this way. I tie one flower here. So now second. Then the second flower here through the petal I tie. Then through the petal third. And through the petal I will go to the fourth and tie it here. Here I missed this petal through one. And now it's time to tie a new flower. Here I tied 11, doing an air loop. And in the center of this petal, tying this loop, 1 and 2, and again I go to the petal, tying 11 loops, tying my leaf, also 11 loops to the end. Here I have already attached 3 small flowers. Through the petal, and through the petal I came to the 4th petal, which I will connect with this flower. Connection is all on the same principle. 1 petal, and opposite. Here is to this flower. Opposite this one I attach to the center. I come in and stretch the loop here. 2nd tie, and come back with connecting loops towards the end of my petal. Well, yes, here and I can thread already. Trim. Like this here I have, will be stacked. Now I have 3 more flowers on this side. And here with these, here are 2 opposite. And I will connect them on the same principle. 2nd joined. 3rd one is on my way. Left her only here to attach and 4th. So 1st stage of making this lace completed. Now I need here place flowers and need to decide and what threads, what color strings I need will best connect with the main drawing. I picked 4 colors. White classic. Well, he is, in my opinion, somehow just more saturated pink. He's somehow highlighting a flower more. I like this better. 2nd option, and you can add a warm shade. Such here, closer to orange. Such here, he is salmon or something. Here is already kind of added here nuance. And that's on tone. A lighter also like this here. Gently, gently orange. After all, I could not choose. Just putting strings, I straight tied. That's a bright warm shade. That's a bright cold. And this is a gentle warm. Don't know about you, but I still have. The scales bowl lean towards warm shades. Because the whole gamma is cold. And now I wanted to drop a little sun. And I lean towards a more gentle here to this. Well, you write which one you liked more. And you can choose the one which is closer to your soul. And I will do here in this version. To weave into the lace, flowers need to be very, very careful. Because here I have, see the loop. She is made for that, to attach here to the next petal, which will be on this side, and everyone else, they're attached to the flowers around the perimeter, to big and to small. So when we walk in and tie here for these hours, legs of the previous row, which formed petals, we have to keep track of the sequence all the time. What way does it go to us? Otherwise our lace warps. Therefore, attention. Once again, attention. So these chains will have consist of 7 air chains. As always, I form a loop. And a little bit of her so pull, taking my flower. And under any leg, I go crochet. And here I stretch my loop. and connecting loop. Securing the leg and see 7 air loops times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tied up and now looking around the perimeter. Here I will have a flower here. Means first I will have a small here, this flower. And I will go into the petals next to. This is for that kind of flower, but the neighboring inner. Here, here, here for my flower, semiflower. I went in and stretched the loop into the middle of the petal. And then again, knit 7 air loops. Tied up, and in flowers, I step under the next. Here's this leg. Connecting column. Connecting again 7 air loops. I leave the loop and look at the drawing. Here's my flower. Here he is, small flower, but here's my petal, in which I will have next join. Going into the hinge crochet and stretching out my work loop. Extended. Stretched out and see again 7. I find the next leg. I tie under her. Next 7. Laying out lace again to make no mistake. In sequence. And here's my work loop. She should join here to this flower, petal in the middle. I go in the middle and stretch here. Working loop. Five, 7. Tied into my flower. Further looking, I need to lay everything out neatly. And when I neatly spread out, then I see that the next petal is this one. I come here to the pen and find my working thread. Begin 7. And always go back to my flower main, which I'm currently weaving into lace. Look, after that petal, we have a flower coming. Seven. After I joined this, I went back to my flower again. And now watching. What do I have next will be a petal. Petal, a large flower. Joined. Joining. And the next arch of 7 air loops. Here you see I carefully walked. Missed nothing. After that piddle, I went back to my flower again, and here is a new arch tied. I have the last flower left. Not here, it's for big, but in a row. Here in this petal, I tie my basic flower. And again, gonna knit a chain of 7 air loops, which will lead me back to my central flower. And here I am, almost completed. Weaving my flower into lace. Left only this one here. One more joining. Where should be the same flower here. Here is, now I will show, like this. Should be. Here are the flowers. Like this here, and this one is attached to this. But since I don't have one, then I just knit a chain of 14 air loops. And when I tie it, that's where 14 air loops come from. Then attach to the last here, the leg of my flower. This will end. Here's my big long chain of 14 air loops. And that's to the last one, or first with which I started, I join. And I can already cut the thread and secure. Knitting. Here I have already weaved 2 flowers, and they both have this loop. Here she is, this loop. Now I have more left to weave. Here 2 flower 1 and second. Meet me when I finish. And here I put together lace, only left to steam off. But this is lace. I didn't immediately either. Decided what color to weave flowers here. This is how this delicate lace looks, already in the finished version. Really pretty. It's possible. Tie up for the Palatine. For capes so luxurious on the shoulders of women, as well as decorative boleros or jackets. And in the interior, they can also be decorated. Decorative pads. Such patterns. Well, I invite you to continue to knit with me. Buy my master classes. Subscribe. And before meeting,